Getting back into them tiny tools. Haven't done anything on them in a while, and well, this is not necessarily tiny. It is very, very helpful, and they call it Helping Hands, and it's made by a company called, I guess it's pronounced Kaisi, K-A-I-S-I. I've used their products before, and they have offered to send me this unit right here, Helping Hands they call it, to test and demonstrate. And I just happen to have a project here. I have a circuit board there with cold solder joint on it, and sometimes you need more than two hands to do some of these things, so this is ideal. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these flexible arms that screw into different places that are one length, and then 2 that are much longer. You've got a silicone mat that goes into this, fits into this base, so when you're dripping solder or whatever, you're making a mess, it doesn't damage your dining room table. So I got to get on this here. I need to fix that little solder joint. I'll get you a little bit closer here so you can kind of see how all this looks. So what I have here is the motherboard out of one of my 3D printers, and I noticed that sometimes it would just shut off. I couldn't quite figure out what the deal was, and then when I went to move it, it'd come back on, and I thought, I have a loose connection somewhere. Well, I started going through all the connections, and I finally discovered I have a cold solder joint. This is where the 24 volts comes in to the circuit board, and I have a cold solder joint on the positive side, and that could be a little tricky to hold, especially now. This is a big solder joint. It's not like one of the little SMS joints, but it's still nice to have these little helping hands here to hold it in place. And we are fixed, just like that. Another little bit closer look at the unit here. There's different holes here. You can move these. They just thread into the holes. You got places you can put your solder spools, place for some tools, place your screws if you're taking something apart. Maybe you're working on a cell phone or a laptop or something. It's got little compartments you can set things in. And again, this here is kind of a splash shield so that you don't get solder dripped all over the place. Okay, so what comes with this? You get the base tray, you get the silicone mat, and you get these 6 arms of the solder and the tools, the soldering iron, the soldering station, all that doesn't come with it. That's my stuff. But the base, silicone mat, 6 arms, flexible, adjustable, handy tool to have. So there's something just a little bit different, and I'm putting it under the category of tiny tools because when you're working with tiny parts and circuit boards and so on, and you need that extra 3rd or 4th hand, these things are really handy. And I have another little one that's just got 2 little alligator clips that works for a lot of things, but this is ideal, having all these extra arms on here to really hold that steady. I mean, that's pretty sturdy there, unless you're going to start hammering on it or something. But for fixing solder joints and stuff like that, maybe replacing components, it's ideal. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate a thumbs up, always helps the channel. Again, this was provided to me by KC, I guess that's the way you pronounce it. And I'll put a link in the description on where you can get one on Amazon. Handy tool. I'm Roger in the shop. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.